Hey friends, thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you being here. So the topic for discussion today is going to be aligning your expectations with your actions and your level of effort. This is an important one. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and send this video to anyone that you think may find it helpful. So let's get right into it. Have you ever felt super defeated or really frustrated with the progress that you are experiencing while working towards a fitness or sort of lifestyle or nutrition goal? I know I have. I definitely have been there. I think the last 2 years has been like that for a lot of people, where they've just felt like really stuck and really frustrated. Now, obviously, there are so many reasons why this can happen, and I can't possibly cover them all, but I can definitely go over something that I know for me personally has like really made a difference, kind of like in terms of mindset, and certainly things I sometimes see with clients when we can have like an open, honest discussion. So I think something that really needs to be looked at is are we making sure that our actions and our level of effort align with our expectations? So what am I talking about? Let's just use an example of nutrition and fitness and using it to make changes with body composition. So for a lot of people, that's weight loss. For a lot of people, that's maybe gaining muscle, or a combination of both. So what we can see here sometimes is kind of like what I like to call, I don't know if you can say ass on YouTube. This video is not for children. Half-assing it, dipping the toe, kind of in, half out. So let's just use tracking as an example. So you have like macro targets and you track maybe 3 or 4 days a week, and then kind of track the other 2 or 3 days a week, or maybe you eat stuff that you don't track. So you're kind of dipping your toe in the water. You're doing some of the work and you feel like, hey, I'm working here. And you might even have days where you feel like a bit hungry, where you're like, oh, I'm making some sacrifices, or whatever your mindset is around how you're approaching it. But you're not getting results, and you continue in this cycle, and you're not seeing, like, your muscle is not changing, you're not getting stronger, your performance isn't changing, your weight loss goal isn't going anywhere, and you're so frustrated because you're trying, but honestly, you're kind of trying. And I think that's where there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's where ownership is really important. You have to take responsibility for your level of effort. So looking at your goals and deciding, like, what am I willing to do? Like how far am I willing to go here? And that sort of conversation factors in everything. Like, is it a good fit for your life? Like, is it reasonable for you to, track your macros or manage your nutrition in a way that aligns with these goals that you have? Does that fit, your circumstances? And right off the hop, if it's like, well, no, not really, then you probably need to reflect on that and decide, like, are these goals really like reasonable? Maybe they need some tweaking. So that would be the first thing that you do. And then if really like, yep, I can do this, I can manage it, I can put in the work that is required, then really taking ownership of that, like the good and the not so good, the days that are, good, awesome, the days that things are not really good, taking ownership of that, knowing that those moments, those days, those weeks, they impact your goals. So I think that's kind of what you want to look at. Like, what are we willing to do? What works for us? What works for our life? What are we prepared to like invest in terms of time and effort, and what's a good fit? Taking ownership of the work that we actually do and not being disappointed with the results we get, because ultimately It really comes down to, those details. So when I make videos like this and I have these conversations, I never want to dismiss the possibility that, someone is really working very hard and not seeing results, and it's just like not reasonable. It's like there may be an underlying reason why things are not moving in the right direction. Like, you're chronically tired, you're exhausted, you're really like specific about what you do and you're just not getting the results. That is the time to check in with maybe your doctor or a medical professional and just make sure that you rule out any sort of underlying issues, because certainly that can be an issue, especially if you are like crossing the T's and dotting the I's and it's just like, what's going on here? So definitely don't want to dismiss that as a possibility. There is a small fraction of the population that actually pertains to. So let's make sure that we're honest and realistic about that. Most of the time, it's just really knowing, okay, what is it that we want to do? What are we prepared to do? And are we being honest and open about our commitment to that and about, our level of effort? So I hope that you guys found this helpful. If you have any questions, you have any comments, please feel free to leave them here, and I would be happy to respond. Thanks, guys.